So thank you all for coming. Obviously, we've got a pretty special cause that we're all here to talk about, and the Gus and Gawny podcast from humble beginnings. Jake Lever nearly sunk it in its second episode, and for us to be here now, we've got $25,000 from selling T-shirts. It's a really special feeling. We were saying before, to be able to contribute to such a meaningful cause, really close to our hearts, and to be doing it from Gawny and I really just mucking around over the last couple of years is, it's really special, and I'd like to thank everyone who bought the shirts. We've sort of said you're not an actual friend of the podcast, you have to come on to earn that right, but the T-shirts, it's a special way to be involved, and we've got an awesome community of people who listen, and the $25,000 check is from us to the foundation. I hope it goes to good use. I'm sure it will, and it's the least we can do. So in a time where there's a bit going on, it's nice to be able to get some positivity back into things and do our bit. So enjoy the check.
A really big thank you for everyone, as you said, everyone that took the time and purchased the shirts, and for Zurich for supporting this initiative. It's just so fantastic to be able to continue to invest these vital funds into MnD research. As MnD continues to land blows, we need people like Gus and Gawny and everyone out there to continue to be the voice in this fight against MnD, because we don't have the answer yet, but I know that we will. And funds like this is going to make it possible. So thank you to everyone out there who continues to support. We can't wait to see a full MCG on Monday. We know that the crowd is going to go out in full support. Everyone wearing a beanie, a sea of blue around the MCG, and we are so pumped to see the sliders go down, as we've got some amazing names attaching themselves to the big freeze. So thank you for everyone, and thank you in advance for Monday.
There you go.
Does anyone have questions for Beck or Angus?
Angus, could you just tell us about the design of the T-shirt and what gave you the idea of selling off these? It's a substantial amount of money.
That's a terrific question. You could trace it back to our first guest was Deborah Brayshaw. So my mother came on, and we sort of tried to it was probably to help attract some people to actually come on and help us, to give them a little significance, the friend of the podcast. So not a heap in its origins, but it's sort of, I don't know how much you listen, but to the Gus and Gawny stuff, but we sort of carry on a bit about it now, and it sort of just was a bit of a joke, to be honest, and it's sort of people have got around it, the Gus and Gawny faithful, and now it's immortalised in T-shirt form. So you're right though, it is $25,000 from us, really just having a bit of a joke and selling shirts. It's really special. So. As I said, hopefully it goes to a good. Well, I know it's going to a good cause. Hopefully it helps out, and in a few years' time, we're talking about how we helped do our part to fight the beast and beat it.
I would imagine too there was probably no other cause when you came to sort of raising funds. You guys are all pretty passionate about this one.
Yeah, absolutely. We often touch on Neil. He's a touchstone of ours throughout, certainly last year, and it's a huge source of inspiration. I've been from the first big freeze all the way through, so I've seen the progression of the beast, and it's as hard as it is to watch, it's super inspiring. So Gawny and I are really passionate about this stuff, and when the opportunity came we've sort of done this in the past, not on this scale, so we're super proud of this number, and everyone who bought a shirt and contributed should be as well. It's really awesome.
How special is it to have this back in the G, Gus?
Even I remember when Track and I slid down the slide out at Casey. It was cool, and I'm very happy to have done it. But it's just at the MCG with Danaher's Way now as well. The walk there that's been named after him, to have it back at our spiritual home, I think is awesome, and so much more special that everyone can now come along and be involved, and we can see all the beanies and a few shirts floating around as well. So. Hopefully we pack the stands out. I know that this is a cause that transcends Melbourne and Collingwood, so hopefully that attracts all football fans far and wide, and makes it a really special day.
You've already got corporate sponsorship for the podcast, I understand, I think from Zurich.
A long list, and it's a low bar.
You're not going to get a better opportunity to plug them than now. Who's behind this podcast?
Well, Zurich Insurance probably first. They're in the platinum tier. It drops off pretty quick after that. Sporting Globe, I have to mention them. They're awesome. And then we actually look pretty local. So James Harms makes these glass prints, Fat Nut Customs. They get a shout out. Bailey Fritsch Electrical. There's a long list of half joking names, but this is a pretty serious show of what Zurich have. Their commitment to us is huge as well. So big pump to Zurich Insurance. If you need any insurance, they're the first people I'd go and see. So.
And Beck, I mean, we do see causes, pop up at times, and we see novelty checks float around at various stages. But this is sort of real, tangible, as you said before. Like, it actually is making a difference to Fight MnD and making a contribution.
Yeah, definitely. And the shirts, of course. Yes, yeah. It is. MnD research has really seen a momentum change from when Dad was diagnosed. It was a pretty hopeless landscape, and what we're trying to do, Dad always says no matter the adversities faced, there's opportunity, and this is our opportunity to try and make a difference for everyone out there currently fighting and who will be diagnosed in the future. This contribution is going to make such a significant impact, and we know that medical research takes time and it takes ongoing funds, and we're really asking a collective ask out to everyone out there to continue to support us, because we are making progress, but the answer isn't there, but I know that we will find it.
Got a couple of big name sliders up your sleeve.
We've got one last slider to announce tonight, which I'm excited, and then over the weekend we have a theme for our sliders in terms of the costumes, so I have no doubt the costumes are going to be pretty special this year.
Just one last one, how special is it to have it back at the MCG?
It is really incredible to have it back at the MCG. The last 2 years have been difficult, but we know that everyone's rallied behind us. To be standing on the stage with Dad is going to be a moment that I will cherish for a very long time, to have him a part of the march, to have him there pushing down the sliders, pushing down his oldest brother. I know he's very excited. So there's going to be a moment in time where, as a family, we're going to stop and take it all in, because we never know how many more we have. And so it's going to be very, very special, and we can't wait to share it with everyone on the day.